Welcome to Tamara Lynette Tales. I'm Tamara, and I spill the tea on your favorite reality stars.
Cause I'm off my head in love with you. I'm out my head so into you. And I don't know how you do it, but I'm forever ruined by you.
That's Miss Noisy showing off her little singing pipes there. Okay, girl, get your little American Idol on. In today's video, I'm going to give you two different updates that Steve and Noi shared about their marriage, and I'm going to tell you this little story about some shade that Jasmina and Michael have thrown at each other. Didn't take long for that to happen. So let's start with Steve and Noi. One thing that quickly stands out about Noi's social media is that Steve is non-existent. Looking at her Instagram page, you would never know that he exists in her world. Looks like the arguments they had about her social media were actually pretty real, and perhaps she's agreed to leave him off her page. Or many actually speculated whether or not they were even still together. Well, on June 7th, Noi posted this image on her page along with a statement where she talks about how much has changed from a year ago when she was starting a new job, moving into a new place, and getting out of a relationship, then learned she got picked for the show. She goes on to thank Married at First Sight producers and the cast for her journey. She ends it by thanking Steve. Finally, I would like to thank my husband, Steve. Before we met, my best friend asked me, what would you want to say to the stranger that you're marrying? Any last thoughts before you walk down the aisle to forever? I said I would like to thank him for being brave, with tears streaming down my face. Those words still hold true, even now after coming out of the other side of this process. I'm proud of our story and everything we've experienced together, and for the growth we were tasked with as individuals. Our story wasn't perfect and without challenges, but it was real blinding love. That's something you can't produce. Thank you for everything you've given me. I'm not sure what's next or how to put it into words, what I'm feeling in this moment. But what I know for sure is that the next chapter will be full of love and life. I'm ready to embrace all the beauty that I know is coming. So while she's over there embracing the beauty that has yet to come, she also put to rest the rumors that they are no longer together, and it sounds like they're doing well. Only 10 days later, Steve posts this message on his Instagram. Mr. Don't Put Our Business on Social Media had a little cryptic spin on the state of their relationship. Now, at the end, he mentions that he's going to share some pictures. I'll show them while I read you his post. It should come as no surprise at this point that we are trying to navigate the challenges we face in our private relationship while recently becoming public on social media, having many people invested and wanting details. We have been choosing not to share some things while we work through and figure things out, while at the same time recognizing that it's expected for some people to want to know more. How we as people and I as an individual show up for others is very important to me. My biggest challenge lately is figuring out how I can show up while still being authentic and true to myself and my feelings. Considering the time difference between filming and airing of the episodes and the fact that the filming occurred during a fraction of the duration of our relationship, it's safe to say a lot has happened since. At our best, our relationship has been truly special and full of love. Although we face our own set of challenges, one thing's for sure, our chemistry can't be denied. I'd like to share some of the good times. Here are a few pictures of some of our best moments together so far, from the road trip we went on to holidays and special moments both during and after filming. Noi added this comment to his post. Love you, hubby. Now, to me, he's not saying that they're thriving, but he's also not saying that they're done. I just hope for their sake that they're happy. Moving on to Jasmina and Michael. Michael posted this photo on his Instagram and captioned it, "If I do nothing else, I'ma smile." perfectly innocent photo and caption. Well, a viewer hopped on and added this comment. Dude, you lost a nice looking woman. You're not gonna find a woman if you don't loosen up. My dude was the same way at one time, but thank God we've been married 17 years. Michael didn't reply to all of his commenters, but he decided to reply to this one. Here's what he had to say. I didn't lose anyone. Looks will never be enough for me to stay with someone. I am much happier now, so I am sure I made the right decision. Thank you. Peace. Now that reply was a little edgy, but so was the original comment. Well, this little exchange made it onto Reddit, where I believe Jasmina spotted it. She was not happy with Michael's reply to this person and decided to chime in with like 3.5 paragraphs of a reply of her own. Here's what she had to say. I'ma put my petty boots on this morning because I don't care. When people comment on my photos and make remarks about Mike, I keep it cute and on mute out of the respect of what we built. But when you write things like this, making it seem like all I am is looks, when you spent every day with me and know that I am so much more, that's when I draw the line. At the end of the day, hurt people will try to hurt people. Don't try to play along with the narrative that's on TV, because if I ever open my mouth and say every single thing that you did that was not shown, it wouldn't be pretty. What people fail to realize is there's always a reason for my attitude and stubbornness. I've been quiet and I've let myself be painted as a villain without pointing fingers at you and explaining why I was the way I was. I can handle people's opinion about me under a false narrative, but don't make the mistake of getting caught up in this limelight of people feeling bad for you when you know what really went down. I haven't spoken my truth because I know how much you voiced in the beginning about how you would look if certain things was to get out. So moving forward, hubby, let's respect the space that each other is in. Be happy without throwing a shot at the other person. Woo, okay then. Well, that was a mouthful and she cut a little deep. I believe she took his comment about her looks out of context though. The original commenter said that you lost a nice looking woman, and he basically replied that looks aren't enough reason to stay with someone. Jasmina interpreted that to mean that she only had looks to offer him. In any case, there seems to be a lot of bitterness or anger going on here. It's a little messy, and there is definitely a lot of story that remains to be told between these two.